Hey everybody, it's September 9, 2011, and you're listening to Project White Rice, hosted by Zack and Chris.
I'm Zack,
And I'm Chris.
and this week we're talking about
The most wonderful time of the year.
for parents.
Yeah. It's school time again,
Yay!
and Zack has officially gone through his first week of college.
Yes, I have.
So
And-
what do you think of it so far?
College is fun. I like college. It's super fun.
All right, so actually there is a major difference between college and high school.
High school.
High school. How do you describe the difference,
Difference. Okay, well, I can wake up 30 minutes to an hour later. That's delicious. I don't go to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's delicious.
Oh yeah, and I hate you for that because I still have to go 5 days a week.
Yeah. I love it. Anyway, I've got 5 classes. Everything just seems a little bit more free than
Except food.
high school.
Except food.
Well, no, I don't mean like free as in you don't have to pay for anything, but free as in like
You can walk around and do whatever you
Yeah,
want. Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I got. I was like, I don't have to go to class, but I kind of have that feeling where I need to go to class.
you already paid for it, so you
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Like the first day of school, we got there and I found parking like right away because we got there pretty early, and then we were there an hour before my friend had to go to his class, so we kind of just walked around campus and saw
Oh.
everything. I mean, we had already been to campus before when we were like orientation stuff like that, but
You couldn't just this is like your time to like just free roam and just run
yeah,
around.
yeah, and see all the other students. There's so many more white people than there were in my high school. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, there's more of that color than the other color. It's amazing. Because my high school was like 90% Asian, and then I was the minority. The white people was
So-
like 1%.
So how does it feel to be a majority now?
Not all that different, but I guess a little bit more comfortable. I guess.
Well, one thing, going back to school, I still hate it. I have to wake up like at 6 o'clock in the morning because I have 8 o'clock class, and it takes me like 20 minutes to like get from my house to the school. I mean, same thing for you, but
Yeah.
you go to school. Your class starts at 9.
Yes, it does.
There is a major difference between going to school at 8, having to go to school, like when your class is at 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. That like 1 hour really makes a difference in my opinion.
So much of a difference.
I would feel a lot more happier about school if I could wake up.
I would be a lot more happier if I could go to school.
Zach is Zach's so happy that he's in college and he can like wake up and he's been like super happy.
I'm happy. I just did dance. So, so anyway, how was your first day of school, Christian? Or week of school, I guess.
My first week of school. Well, okay. Here's how pretty much the first week of school goes for anyone who's not going to college right now. First week of school, it's pretty much syllabus week. I mean, like in high school, it's like a day for us. I mean, like high school, it's syllabus day.
Yeah.
They go through the entire thing. It's usually syllabus week for college because you can never get all of your classes in like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah, and also it's not like where you in high school where you go home, you have your parents sign it, you sign it, and then you bring it back to the teacher. It's not like that.
They just tell you the ground rules of how they teach, what to expect of them, and that's it. It's like if I fail you and you want to whine and complain, I'm not going to change your grade either at all. So that's pretty much how it like. You can get the strict teacher, you can get the laid back teacher, which I actually got.
That's cool.
I got a laid back teaching assistant who does labs. I have a lab to go to, and he's like, "Don't worry about your grade because I know I was a student too. It's like if you can actually pay attention and just like learn real physics instead of worrying about your grade, I'm pretty sure the minimum you can get is a B minus."
That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, I just had it in my mind. Okay, so the syllabi for all the classes is like, it's so much different from high school because, the syllabi in high school, it's like, this is what I expect from you, this is what we'll be doing over the year, and sign it. And now it's like, this is what I expect of you, this is what we're going to be doing, and these are your homework assignments.
Oh yeah.
They don't tell you at all. Like they don't say, okay, tomorrow this is due. They
well,
just
they'll
like
remind you like once in a while. Like some of the teachers will
some
still
of
remind
them.
you.
Mine don't.
If your teacher's strict enough, they'll just say like, "Oh, so you didn't do it? That sucks for you."
Yeah. Or like one day you just walk into class and they'll be like, okay, turn in your assignment. What?
That actually happened to my friend once.
Yeah.
Like, I was doing an assignment literally in front of him, and he's like, he's just like, he doesn't even realize it's like, "Oh, you're doing homework." It's like, yeah, and it was literally the assignment that we both had to do for class. So then we walk into class, and then he's like, "Okay, time to turn in your assignment." He turns and looks at me, and he's like, "Wait, that was the homework for this class? Are you kidding? You didn't tell me." It's like, I thought you did it already.
Mm.
I was like, "No, I didn't do it. You're supposed to tell me." My bad.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was your mother. Jeez.
Also, one thing major difference is like how to kill time between classes.
I'd find a use for that, or I find something to do, like
No,
walk
like
to my
different-
next class.
No. Well, for you, you have like 10-minute breaks, like which is like high school, you know.
Yeah, well, it was 7, but
Same
10,
thing, you know.
yeah.
3 minutes make a difference, but I mean, for like me, considering it's like my third year and I don't like put my schedule back to back to back or something,
Mm-hmm.
I have like 1 or 2 hour gaps between my classes, so
That
I'm like,
sucks. Because then you're on campus like all day.
well,
Unless you get your classes real close like mine are. It worked out perfectly, though. Somehow, some way, I got like 3 classes in the morning.
mm-hmm.
And that at 11:30 or 11:50, I think,
You have lunch.
I have I literally have a lunch time. Like it's an hour and 30 minutes I have to eat lunch or do whatever.
That's because you're a freshman.
And I didn't even plan that. It just I noticed that the
I'll
first
tell
day.
you-
I'm like,
I'll-
awesome.
I'm gonna
get
tell you
lunch.
this right now, just because you're a freshman right now.
Yeah. My
'Cause
freshman power.
You're getting your like all the freshmen get fresh priority. They can adjust their schedule however they want. They get,
Freshman power, ho!
but the minute you become a sophomore, dude, it is downhill.
Sophomore power, ho! What? Wait, I don't have any power. No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
gonna.
you dropped a class. Can I get that? No. Okay, sorry. All right, fine. Jeez.
Well, but you already experienced crashing classes.
Yeah, actually, I used to have for my first class at 10, and I had one class on Tuesday, Thursdays, which pissed me off because it was at 4 o'clock, and that's exactly when rush hour starts. so, like, I would go there, get done with the class, and then come back during rush hour, and that was terrible. And I also had to, take one class.
All right, so
During
for the
Tuesday,
people who
Thursday.
don't know what crashing class is, in college, when you don't get the class you want,
Or you just want another
or
class.
you just want another class, and you don't get it, like when you sign up for registration, you can try and go to that class, not be on the roster, and try to attempt to get onto that roster, and then add the class as part of your schedule, and that's pretty much what crashing a class is.
Yeah, so what I did was
It.
it was actually the last day that I could do it. It was on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Is that the last day, or did they have it for 2 weeks?
I don't know.
I thought it was for 1 week. Anyway, Friday, I tried to crash a class. Basically, just walk in, you wait for the teacher or the professor. Sorry, and
Yeah,
then
they tell us to say, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're a professor now."
yeah, professor. No,
It's not
no
teacher.
teachers.
Well, teaching assistant. That's about close as
yeah.
you can get.
So you walk in and then you wait for them to say, okay, is anyone crashing the class? People raise their hands or they stand up or whatever. They go to them and then they say, okay, well, I have 2 spots. Who's a senior? No one raises their hand. It kind of just goes down. So seniors, juniors, sophomore, freshmen, that's the priority for who gets the class. And so the first class I went to, I tried to crash, was at 9 to 9:50. That's the time period I
Yeah.
wanted. So I went in there. I waited for 15 minutes because I got there 15 minutes beforehand. And the professor came in, and first thing she did, she walked up to her podium thing. She got out her notebook, and she's like, okay, who's crashed in the class? A bunch of people stood up, like 6 people. I was like, damn it. I walked over to her, everyone did. And then she's like, okay, who's a senior? No one raised their hand. Yes. Okay, who's a junior? 2 people. Damn it. She had 2 spots open. She was like, okay, better luck next time. So we all
Yeah.
left.
So
and I was like,
yeah,
I
crashing
have
classes
class on Tuesday,
doesn't
Thursday.
always work.
So I went back into like the library thing type
Yeah.
thingy. I went online and I checked other classes that were also at 9 to 9:50, and I was kind of skeptical because at this point it was already 9:11 or something like
Yeah.
that, 9:12, and I was like, damn. So I found another one, and I was like, I'll do it. Why not? I'll try it. So I go in there, and he's like, oh, are you crashing a class? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, I haven't asked anyone else in the class if they're crashing yet, so I might as well do that now. He turns to the class. It's like a bunch of people in there. I'm like, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. He's like, okay, I have 2 spots. Who's crashing the class? One person raises their hand. Yes! He goes, ha, 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 ha,
You're like
ha,
crying inside. You're like, oh my
yeah,
god,
it was awesome. And then I have a friend in that class, so that's even better. And then was
Yeah.
even
College is like a jungle.
yeah.
Like they say, high school is a jungle. College is like a bigger jungle,
Yeah.
a bigger and like nastier jungle.
Yeah, and then so I went in, I sat down, and then I at the end of the class, which by the way the class ended early, so that was even better.
Classes always end early, like the first week of school,
well,
because
yeah.
they just go to the syllabus. It's like, okay, go.
Yeah.
Some of them actually teach, which kind of suck.
So
I get like really annoyed when that happens. It's like, syllabus is done, and they're like, yes, okay, everybody starts packing up. All right, here, let's go into the lecture.
and then so after that, I went up to him and he's like, "Here's your ad code." And then I went back to the library type place. Went over to you, Christian,
Yep.
with your Macintosh computer. Asked you if I could use it. You said, "Yeah, sure." And then I added the class right there and then.
You're like, oh my gosh.
No more Tuesday, Thursday class. It was amazing.
Speaking of which, how's it like waking up on Tuesdays and Thursdays knowing that everybody else is going to class and you aren't? Like,
Have you ever heard an angel? Have you ever heard that? That's my alarm clock in the morning. Just angel. Tuesdays, Thursdays.
you wake up on Tuesday, you're just like, it's like 10 o'clock. You wake up at like 10 o'clock, and I'm still waking up at 8 a.m. You're just like, today's a good day.
I
and
love
I'm waking
today.
up at 8 a.m. It's like, are you kidding me?
And you gotta
Class.
drive there, and yeah, it's awesome. So I'm carpooling with somebody, but the only thing that's bad about that is he has his first class at 8, and my first class is at 9. So I actually have to wake up early on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, earlier than I normally, like an hour earlier than I normally would. It's like
Well,
6:30 ish.
In compensation for actually getting 2 days off of the entire school semester.
Yeah, that.
All
Anyway,
right, so after all the good stuff in college and stuff, what do you consider is bad? First off, I would say books.
it took like freaking forever for me to get all my books. I just got all my books yesterday, and that was annoying. Like I waited for one book for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So,
Well, wait, 3
for
weeks. What?
okay, so for high schoolers and people who are not in college, you are lucky to get your textbooks for free by the district or whoever gives you
Yeah,
the
the
magical
library.
books or library or whatever. Because in college, you're paying for every single textbook out of your own pocket.
Yeah, which is
And-
kind of weird. Do you think that'd be kind of
You know,
intertwined in your
your tuition. and
tuition?
stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's because, like, the publishers are like independent or something.
Yeah, either the publishers are independent or they're actually from
The
other
school.
colleges or that college, and they write the books.
So one of the things, and these books aren't cheap. I mean, you might think like, oh, buy a textbook. It's like what, $50 or something like that.
Yeah, some are like
worth the game.
150.
I mean, the books I've been getting for me, like they've ranged between $150 to $200 a piece, and I had to like get 5 books. I mean, look how that stacked up pretty badly.
yeah, my books weren't as much, but it's still a dent.
Yeah, and then
money.
and like parking permits for the seniors who go to high school. When your parking permit's like only like what,
$5.
5?
Mm-hmm.
I think mine was 20. I don't even know why.
Whoa, 20.
It might have been $20. I don't know how much my parking permit was in high school, but parking permit at our school is like $160.
And they really do check.
And they really do check for those parking permits, because you know how people live on campus and in
Yeah.
college, they live far away. they have to buy an overnight pass, which is like another $60 along
Mhm.
with your day pass. And if you just leave your car there and you don't have like a little pass or thing on your car, they ticket you and it's like another $200.
Oh, I thought it was $40.
No, oh, I don't know how much.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
40.
I just never want to get a ticket.
Yeah,
Let's just say
neither
it
do
like
I.
that.
So we got our parking permits.
Oh, and actually, one of my friends is a security cop. Who he does routines and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own policy where he's like, if you don't have a parking permit, but you get there before he puts his pen down on the paper, then
To move the car.
to move the car or anything, he'll let it go. But the minute the pen hits the paper, he's writing you the ticket.
Yeah, so there's no stopping him. There's no stopping the pen and the paper and the writing and his mind. Anyway, so off topic there.
Anyway, it was interesting how freshmen usually have trouble finding classes, first day of school. I don't know. Did you have trouble finding classes?
No, I kind of scouted him out before I went to.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember I was getting bombarded with freshmen. It's like, hey, do you know where this room is? That way,
You know those maps like over there.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
over
That's weird.
there?
How having a map at our school.
Yeah, it's like a theme park.
Yeah, no, I felt kind of weird. I was like, I'm like walking to class. I know exactly where I'm going, but I just see like people staring at a map. They'd be like, okay, so the classroom is here. So we have to, and we're right here. Okay, no, we have to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, wow, get used to it.
It's like the zoo. I want to see the monkeys.
Oh, speaking of prices,
Okay,
What do
that
you
was a
think-
little bit ago, but okay.
yeah, but speaking of prices, you thought food was cheap at college.
I didn't necessarily think it was cheap, but I took advantage of all the food that I got in high school for like $2.50. You get like a drink, the main like thing, side dish, an apple,
Oh, you mean like those
like the meals.
the trays or something
Yeah.
like that?
Well,
Yeah.
it weren't trays because we had like an outdoor school. But anyway, I really miss those $2.50 meals because now, if you want a decent meal like a sandwich and a little side thing, no drink, it's $5, and
Yeah.
it's annoying.
I mean, I remember when you walked in. I remember when you during your lunch period you jumped over and said hi. You're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cheap here." Because you went to Daphne's. We have
Yeah.
Daphne's on our campus, and he went over there, bought Daphne's for $6.25, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, Daphne's is so cheap here."
Yeah,
And I'm like-
I don't remember the last time I went to Daphne's.
But yeah, I bought.
Besides,
I mean, like my meal was like. I bought mine for $5.38, and that was just like Panda Express.
I don't like Panda Express though. I don't like Panda Express or Pickup Sticks. Pickup Sticks is like the bottom
Yeah,
of the line
I don't
for
like Pickup
Chinese.
Sticks either.
That's not even Chinese food. That's like American food that they call
Okay,
Chinese
so
food.
you know what? Actually, one of the interesting things since we're on food, we have a Taco Bell on our campus, right?
Where is that, by the way?
On the other side of the campus.
Oh, awesome.
you know that? Okay, so for the people who won't understand what I'm about to say, so do you know where that downhill goes? Like if you go past the library and it goes like kind of like a downhill road.
Yeah.
If you keep going straight there, you're gonna end up running into it.
Oh, all right, cool.
It's like inside, underneath some trees.
The shady Taco Bell and maybe some trees.
Yeah. But yeah, so Taco Bell kind of has had a reputation, I mean, like nationally for like doing stupid stuff like, like poisoning or something like that.
Oh, well, I don't think it's on purpose.
One of the weird things I really found out a couple days ago was that the Taco Bell at our campus reuses the food that they make. Like,
What?
okay, so like, no, it's like day old food and stuff, So it's like, not like, how they say it's like prepped and ready or something like that,
Yeah.
like In and Out or something.
Yeah.
It would be like day old tacos. Like if you buy 99-cent tacos, it's like 2 day old tacos they'll give you
Ugh.
for 99 cents. It's like, ew, no.
That's awesome.
I can get day old tacos in my freezer.
Mm-mm.
I can make tacos and then reuse them for free.
Yeah, or just make them and then eat them and then have fun with that. What is your least favorite thing about school? Or wait, no, we already asked you that. What's your favorite class?
My favorite class so far? All right. I don't know. It's here's how I really break it down for my class. It's like the one thing, it's either the subject is good, like, I'm interested in the
Mhm.
subject, or the teacher is good. Like you have like an enthusiastic teacher, who's really dedicated to, teaching and
Yeah.
like really makes it a lot more interesting.
But what's your favorite class?
This semester,
Yeah.
I would have to say my music class.
Yeah, music is fun. Wait, why do you have a music class?
Humanities purpose. Like completing a class
okay.
requirement or whatever.
GE.
Yeah, GE.
General education, by the way. General education.
Just in case people like we're talking like Chinese to you right now.
Yeah, probably.
But so my music class is interesting because we learn about music from other cultures and like around the world.
Mhm.
So like on the first day, he brought a lot of random instruments, which was really cool. He like brought in a turtle.
kazoo.
No, I don't think he brought in a kazoo, but he brought in a turtle shell that was hollowed out and like it was turned into a percussion instrument, which was really sick.
Mm-mm.
And I
Yeah.
thought that,
all you have to do is just kill a turtle. You can eat it if you want to, and then just play drums on its shell to mock it, just like, or you just take it off of it and then play
and
the
there was
drums
like
on
this really interesting instrument that they gave us was that they showed us was this I don't know, it's basically like two bars that like emit like electrons or whatever, like like in chemistry or something like that,
it.
like little waves, sound waves, and then apparently if you move your hand over the bars, it starts making like
Oh yeah,
weird
that.
weenie noise, like
yeah.
something from the 80s. I
Yeah,
think they
yeah,
like
yeah.
used that throughout the entire 80s. It's like and like they show our professor, he was like, hey, I want to show you this really interesting video. They found like the only person who's a professional like player
Yeah.
of that, and then she's like playing, she's like doing the stuff with her fingers, and then like you barely see her move her hands, and then she's just like making these weird noises. It's like and it's like
Mm.
it's like you aren't even moving your hand, lady. How are you making every single like
Note.
beat, note,
Yeah.
and whatever? It's like what?
Eh.
Kind of makes me want to buy one and actually learn how to play it.
We'll have to see what the name of that is. We don't know what it is. My favorite class is theater. I know.
Wait. What specific theater? Because like,
Theater 100.
what does that talk about?
Theater.
Okay.
It basically is just like about theater, really.
History of theater or
Not
like
really.
technical
just-
stuff
just-
about theater?
Yeah. But the teacher in there, I think he said he used to be a comedian, so he's hilarious. And then he's also a theater teacher, so he's very outgoing, and he's not afraid to, I don't know, speak in a girl voice. If he's trying to mock somebody, or it's just it's funny. He doesn't mock him in a
Like
mean way, but he like asks people a question, and then if they're like, I don't know, and they're kind of looking around, he'll just be like, oh, I don't really want to be in this class right now, huh? I'm just not going to answer the question. He does that kind of stuff, and it's just funny. Anyway, I just like that class, and he told us we don't have class on Fridays, so that's awesome. It had on our thing that we don't have, or we do have class on Friday, but we actually don't have class on Friday.
so he's just saying, in case of emergency, we'll have a class. He'll tell you ahead of time. Or something.
Yeah. He'll tell us. I think last week he did that, but this week, we didn't have class. But that is for another episode.
Anyway, what other things happen around campus? Clubs.
Nah,
You decided to join a club, actually.
it's not really a club yet, but it will be soon. But I
college-
want to save that for next time.
Okay,
'cause
but
it's kinda
college
good.
clubs work differently also between high school and college. The best way I can really describe clubs is the school is almost run like a I don't know, I don't want to say democracy. Like they actually run it like a real government or something, where they have like a certain amount of funds and then they spread it out to like the clubs and stuff. It's not like where you can start a club in high school. It's just be like a group of people. It's like, oh, we have a meeting place here with the teacher who will let us, meet up and, teach, and then we can just have our club and do whatever. but the school actually gives the clubs funds. So anytime they have to make a club, they actually have to, have a reason behind it. And then it just gets more complicated as I look into it. It's like you have to create your own constitution for your club.
That's weird.
Like your own set of rules about, when you become a officer. But I think only the one biggest benefit out of it is to put it on your resume, like a little dot on your resume saying, "Oh, I was
in this club,
I was like, I'm vice
officer.
president of this club, and I'm vice president. I was secretary, or whatever you want to say." It's like, I don't want to spend so much time in that club that it's gonna kill me.
Yeah. All right. Well.
For some of the clubs I joined, there's a paintball club.
There's so many clubs. There's like freaking 200 clubs.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Just
some
how
of them
many-
have like very specific clubs. Like it would be like, I don't know. I'm just making a club off the top of my head. Like Latino dance specific club. It's like all we talk. It's like all we do is Latino dance, or something.
Only Latinos can dance in this
Well,
club.
they're not allowed to discriminate, but
Yeah.
the only topic is Latino dance.
Which is why I always want to go to those kind of places and just be like, "What's up, guys? Hey, how's it going?"
Well,
like the Asian American
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to that because he said that they had like a barbecue or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go, and
yeah,
kind
it
of
doesn't matter because
eat
like
food there.
we
tell
have
people I was Asian.
We have a friend that's full black in there. So yeah, open.
All
Ready to
right.
open, hang
That's
out,
fine.
and he's like,
That's pretty funny though.
yeah. What else around campus?
There's
School
no white
pretty mu-
clubs. There's no white clubs.
That's what you call it. That's what you call a fraternity.
Or another with 3 letters. Nah. Yeah.
Oh,
I always thought that was funny.
But dude, it was interesting. Did you get slammed by any fraternities while you were walking around?
No, I stayed away from them. I didn't want to get involved.
Yeah, the fraternity, like, considering I'm Asian, I'm very limited in fraternities, so I only get hit by like the minority ones instead of like,
Yeah.
like the majority, like business major or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so they'd be like, "Oh, hey, you guys want to come here?" It's like, we're gonna have a barbecue over for our fraternity. You can come out, hang out, if you want to join and stuff.
Mm.
And I was like, "That's okay, maybe I'll think about it." It's like, "Yeah, we can do all this," and it's like, "Oh, don't forget, we're gonna bring beer too." So it's like, I think like the main emphasis is like, we're bringing beer.
Did they really say that to you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome and funny. Well, not awesome. Don't drink. Well, you can if you want. Just,
Don't drive. Don't
yeah. Just,
be stupid.
but don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Children. Ever.
Don't do drugs ever.
Unless
Ever.
like Advil or something. But
Shut up.
It's different. It's different.
No.
It's very different. All right, so I think that kind of wraps it up for this segment of the
Podcast.
podcast.
Sorry for being so late because things have happened within the last couple of days.
Yeah, we'll explain that later.
All right. So, actually, for a special thing, we're gonna add a second podcast coming up shortly after this one. All right.
Hopefully, like a day after. Or,
Something like that.
yeah. So.
All right. Later.
Goodbye, everyone. I
And
hope
thank
you had
you
a
for
wonderful
listening.
day.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, support, and spread the word of Project White Rice.
And be sure to check out my channel, The Avenging Walnut, at
For-
YouTube.
For
So-
all your gaming needs.
Oh, and by the way, on my channel, I'm going to be like recording Dead Island with my brother.
And possibly me when
and
I get the
possibly
chance.
him. But yeah, check that out if you want to see it. I've got a whole series of a game called Nier on my channel. Anyway, that's enough about my channel. Thank
And-
you guys for watching.
Or listening.
Or, yeah, okay, listening. But you could be watching. I don't know. You could be looking at that weird rice bowl thing.
Could be mesmerizing.
Could be mesmerizing to death.
Later.
Goodbye. Hope you had a fun day at school.